Welcome to your mind, beyond all limits. This is Cognition Verse.
Modern astrophysics tells us that everything we consider solid is an illusion. The device in your hand, the floor beneath your feet, and the stars above are overwhelmingly composed of vast empty space. Thousands of years before we could map atoms, ancient yogic sciences arrived at the same conclusion. They gave this foundational emptiness a name, Shiva. The literal translation of the word is simply that which is not, the void of existence. If the universe is mostly empty space, it raises a question of engineering. Is it possible to build a physical location on Earth designed to perfectly broadcast the frequency of that cosmic nothingness? High in the Himalayas, Kedarnath is that location. It acts as a tuning fork set into granite to resonate with the silence of the peaks. To understand what happens here, we must look past the rituals and examine this site as a massive ancient technological instrument designed to alter human consciousness. The geographical layout of the surrounding mountains follows a specific plan. According to ancient lore, after a devastating war, the Pandava brothers chased Shiva, in the form of a bull, to beg for absolution. To escape them, the bull dove straight into the earth. As it shattered, parts of its body emerged across various peaks in the Himalayas. On this map, the legend takes form. Ancient yogis used these mountain coordinates to map the 7 human energy centers, the chakras, onto the landscape. At the center is the bull's hump, Kedarnath. It serves as the core of this entire geographical energy grid. They turned the Earth's most extreme landscape into a physical mirror of human spiritual anatomy. But a grid requires power. The question is how a desolate rock formation became so highly charged with energy over thousands of years. This terrain drew in a very specific type of practitioner. Thousands of fierce, unpolished ascetics and mystics migrated to this exact space. These practitioners didn't write scriptures or take on disciples. Instead, they sat in intense states of meditation and deposited their life force directly into the rocks of the mountain. Kedarnath functions as a geological hard drive, storing the raw, unedited consciousness of history's most intense spiritual seekers. The frequency of this site is mirrored in the story of Shiva and Parvati's life in nearby Badrinath. Returning from a walk, they found their home locked from the inside by a mysterious baby. Shiva knew the child was an interloper, but rather than using his power to fight back or reclaim his property, he simply turned his back on the house and walked away to settle in Kedarnath. This is the state of Bholanath, a childlike innocence that refuses to participate in the drive to compete or outsmart others. Centuries later, the scholar Adi Shankaracharya arrived at a similar realization. After teaching that the physical world was Maya, or an illusion, he walked into these mountains and merged with the stone. Kedarnath offers nothing to the ego. It is a place that demands the surrender of human cleverness and the belief in physical permanence. Above the temple sits Kantisarovar, the lake of grace. In yogic tradition, this isolated, frozen shoreline is the location where the internal mechanics of yoga were first transmitted to humanity. Years ago, the mystic Sadhguru sat by this lake in a state of total stillness. As he sat, the physical edges of the world began to bleed away. The mountain peaks, the frozen lake, and even the sensation of his own body dissolved into the air. When the physical world vanished, what remained was an overwhelming sound, a Sanskrit song that seemed to rise from the mountains themselves, chanting Nada Brahma. This is the principle of Nada Brahma, the observation that every solid form is a temporary result of vibration. If you can hear the sound, the illusion of the matter disappears. We spend our lives obsessed with the permanence of our bodies and our material success. Yet Kedarnath stands as a machine designed to help us hear the liberating hum of the cosmic void.